And when we are touching that article master, the master data transaction side, if anything to be touch up in the SPRO, please do it, Arnav, because many things while seeing that I was really surprised yesterday. SPRO, so many settings
Yeah,
for the
actually,
article master.
most of the things actually I try to touch actually configuration point of view, because it will not, you
Fantastic.
will not find in any of the document SAP documents also. You get the
Uh,
theoretical idea how these things are happening, but you will not get the configuration data, because
okay. So how much
so
ever you know,
that is what
let us
actually
know,
that
Arnav.
I have
That's what.
shown you,
Huh?
right? The control of the structure article, how this view is coming, how the bomb is created, from
Okay.
where the bomb is getting activated. Okay, this kind of
Correct.
information is there. Okay, and
Okay.
means material type configuration point of view, what are the fields should be available in the material master. So
Mm,
that control
mm.
is kind of same like ECC, but
So how much
retail
ever.
point of view, yeah, go on.
So whatever you know, whatever you are trying to make us in the better way, please do the needful, Arnav. That's what our request.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah.
no issue. I will prepare one document that is I'm already doing. So we have scratch document, right? That we are means draft document that we are preparing. Topic there means we have the screenshot and the need configuration. Okay, so I will mention there and I'll share with you.
That's
Okay,
great.
and
Yeah.
the SAP documents, whatever I have, I'll share with you. No worries.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Definitely. Mm.
So we are discussing about the financial part. Okay, so how this material is getting valuated in your
Mm.
system. Okay, so
Okay.
generally
Okay.
in ECC there are multiple tabs you can is visible in the selection screen, means in the screen. Okay, MM01.
Right.
But you will see
Yeah.
that accounting view, the MRP view, that is not available here. That is actually under the logistic tab, logistic distribution and logistic store tab. Okay,
Okay.
so if
So
you
even
want
we'll
to
go to.
specify some,
Okay,
yeah,
okay. So we'll start from the basic data itself. I mean,
okay,
your information is good. Actually, if you just go to the basic data, all the views, whatever it's a
E-
new thing, we'll just try to notice and we will ask the questions.
and here we have component, okay, and you can basic unit of measure, okay, either you will want to order it as a you want to manage your inventory as a piece or
Yeah,
each or kg or gram. So that details you put, okay,
the alternative unit
and here
measurement.
is,
This is yeah. This is alternative unit measurement
yeah,
where we are maintaining, right? Okay.
yeah, alternative unit of measure, you can go to the additional data also, here also you can use. Okay, now
Mm.
here unit of measure you can give the control. Okay, so if you want to convert 1 kg into 100 pieces or 10 pieces, so that conversion you can put here.
So in addition to that, we can add a UPC or EN code also, right? The barcode.
Yeah, EN code also
That
there,
is a
but EN
must.
functionality is something customer specific. So I have something for you actually. EN data. Okay, so I have. You are ever right that that is unique digit or the code number that is specifically for means European region. They used to track through the EN number. Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
European
sometimes
universal
article.
it is
article
13
number
digit.
actually.
The European article number or universal, yeah, part.
Universal
Universal
article.
article number, yeah, so
Yeah.
barcode number. Okay, so that is kind of give their means that is actually used for the auditing purpose. Okay, so
But when
some
scanning and
control,
all, this is important, right, Arnab? See, there is
it
a
is
there is a
important, but
article related.
that depends on your specific business requirement. Okay, so if you have your retail company in the European region, so here you need to define different EN number. Okay, if it is located in the Asia specific region, so you need to, but it is not
Arnab,
mandatory, so that is why I have not mentioned here. Okay,
Arnab, then pass how they are managing. Pass any of they will capture the barcode only, right?
yeah,
So pass how
pause.
they are.
If you assign the EN number, if you assign the EN number, and same EN number has to reflect in your POS system, right? So
Mm-hmm.
article will be linked with one EN number, and it will means we will send the details POS outbound through outbound profile. We will send the details to POS. Okay, now suppose you are doing the means you are selling the product based on the EN code. Okay, suppose in barcode scanner the 13 digit number, if it is matched, so it will comply with that the actual material that is going to be sold to customer. Okay, so that is the purpose of EN. Let me show you one of the things I have document.
What is the maximum digits of the article number here, now? Retail?
That is means 18 is I have seen,
Okay.
so that number range you can use your
You are telling that EAN code or the article code?
EN code. I'm
No, no, article code it is more than 40 now in HANA. It is more than
Correct.
40 or something. It's more than 40. It is not 18. It is more than 40. EAN is also, I'm not sure actually. That is also more than 13 digit or something. 16 digits something. I'm not sure.
That
Yes,
is the
the
globally
EAN
used.
code
Yes.
only. Yeah, this EAN code we are passing to POS. In the POS, whenever they are selling the goods, they are scanning the barcode. By scanning the barcode, system is understanding that this is this particular.
I'll request you.
That is the thing, right? How it is happening.
Yeah,
I
1 minute.
hear the
I'm
price
just
under there.
now layout module. So this material is assigned to that layout module. So that is what it is showing here.
So if it has a layout model, then this tab will come, right? Otherwise, I'm not seeing this tab anyway. Layout model.
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yeah,
If
layout
the
module
article is
will
listed,
come
yeah,
under
as
listed
per
as well. Yeah, so
full salary
listing also you
system.
will see that view if it is listed to
Okay.
which plant, and but a layout module will come here. Okay, and in table level also you can see. I'm not sure the additional data. It is something some sales unit, some sequence number you can put here. Okay, maybe if they use any sequence to manage their stock, so sequence number. So it is. I'll see once what is the sequence. Okay,
Okay.
some of the basic information, so requirement group, so that view you will get it from the another tab, DC level also. So it is kind of header level data. Okay, so if you maintain it, so it will play a role in the replenishment process. Okay, but it is also there in the DC level also, logistic general tab, that will show you some basic data text. Okay, if you want to maintain any text for that item. Okay, so some basic information. Purchase order text also you can mention, right? Purchase order also you can define the text. Okay, for which that material is required, or any additional information. Okay, some text information you can manage here. Sales text is maintained only if the distribution change in entered. Okay, so I have not given any. Yeah, you see. So in a sales org level, if you want to maintain any text for that item, so you can maintain here. And inspection text. Okay, so inspection related text you can maintain here. So
Good.
this is the
Yeah.
means header level data of a material. Okay, so basic general data, basic data for the item.
Click on the
But
main data.
usually all
Yeah.
these, yes, the requirement related thing, the target stock, reorder point, all of these actually, if the material is managed in the DC level, so from requirement planning point of view, we can give the input that data in the different tab.
So coming back to basic data, this assignment to article hierarchy. What are the state of information are now?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that
we
I
can
will
go. We
show
can go
you.
ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so today we'll discuss about the merchandise hierarchy and the article hierarchy. Okay, so
Okay.
merchandise category you understood, right? From it is from buyer's point of view, means store point of view. If store is procuring from vendor, and how their inventory will be managed and how this will be. So it is a kind of subset of hierarchy. Okay, so article hierarchy is one of the thing, and the merchandise hierarchy is one of the thing. But
Okay.
merchandise hierarchy mostly how you are managing your inventory. So it is a kind of buyer's point of view, and also article hierarchy used in the sales document. Okay, so it is more on customer point of view. Okay, but these two elements we needs to be there for managing the store. Okay, hierarchy we need to define in the system.
We have to just to take
So
care of that. I mean, when we are discussing that article hierarchy, that is, as you told, for the merchandise hierarchy, right?
no, article hierarchy is different. Merchandise hierarchy is how you're managing your merchandise in your system, in your store or DC. Okay, that is a
Okay.
kind of buyer. Means who is the buyer? If store is a buyer, then store will manage their inventory, right? So kind of procurement point of view. Okay,
Okay.
and article hierarchy is something that is customer point of view. How they are getting their article, how they are choosing and getting their product, means how customer is looking the product from the store. So that customer point of view, the article hierarchy is required.
And then this is
Okay,
simply related to the product hierarchy what we have in the ECC, right?
yeah, more or less same. These are identical. Okay, kind of identical. Okay, suppose
Okay.
I am selling dairy product. Okay, so if dairy product is merchandise category, then the product which customer is, suppose dairy, in dairy product what we have butter, we have milk. Okay, we have cheese. Okay, so
Hmm.
that part of article hierarchy. Okay,
Okay. Fine. Fine. Anyway, when we are discussing in this more detailing, we'll touch it. No issues. Yeah.
yeah, here some of the grouping is there. So material group is one of the thing. Okay, important point. Okay, and product
Oh,
hierarchy
again,
is
there is a
there
product
in this.
hierarchy. Article hierarchy is
Okay,
separate here. Product hierarchy again separate. Okay.
Yeah, and if it is created from any reference article, so the reference article will reflect here, and material type that you are giving in the initial screen. Okay, and price brand category. So I've not used it. If there is any price band, okay, so if they want to segregate their like it is a upper price brand, okay, item, okay.
Okay.
So mostly
Okay.
all of this field are used for the in reporting purpose, you can say. But I'm not
Okay.
sure whether it has any implication on the pricing and promotion. But managing
Okay.
your
Yeah.
goods in your inventory, so that field will help for reporting purpose.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Can you click the tax
and
data? No? Yeah, you can come down,
yeah,
please. So this is the tax classification of the material. Generally, in the ECC, based on the country, we have this tax classification,
yeah,
right? Oh, yeah. This is
yeah.
almost similar then.
Almost
The
similar,
same.
yes. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's
that
correct.
FTXP we used to maintain, right? So country
Yeah,
specific data,
correct. Yeah,
all tax condition, so it is just showing the calculation
that's fine.
schema, okay,
Yeah.
that for tax for country code IN. So if you go to our FTXP, you will see that structure. Yeah, here is some logistic data. So general like purchasing group, okay. So if you purchasing group, suppose this material will applicable for this purchasing group, so you can specify here. You
Yeah.
can maintain the supply source, whether it is part of standard or stock transfer order, okay. So that supply source, that actually will come in allocation process, okay, because in cross doc or flow through, that process means when that document will be created automatically by the system, right? So that attribute will play the role, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Here is some assortment list type, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Understand me. Whichever is the important you feel, whichever is
yeah,
we
we
feel that
have
is important,
assigned
we
the
will ask
material
that.
to assortment
It's
list,
not
okay.
required each and every field we have to go through. Not required. Whatever the
Yeah,
important.
so this is the actually the important is the general item category group. Okay, general item category group,
Yeah,
you know, right? So how this
correct.
is how the view in the sales will play the role. Okay, item
Yes, yes.
category
Which determine
filters.
the item category in the sales order level. So this is one of the key field.
Yes, in the of the sales sales view also we can define item category, right?
Correct.
So
Yeah.
this is general item category group. That is actually coming from the material type configuration. Okay, what will be the general
Yeah.
item
Yeah.
category group will be there for this
Yeah.
item.
Yeah.
So that, and here is some contents related data. Okay, so contents is something material, how many quantity of material can be stored in your system, or that
Exactly.
details. And yeah, and validity period, so you have two status, right? The plant specific status we have, okay. So if it is end of life or end of service, the whole material will discontinued from your system, okay. You cannot sell or
Yes.
you cannot purchase. Now if
Correct.
the distribution specific status is there, okay, you cannot, depending on the status you can sell it, that control you have in the material status. So
Correct.
distribution
Correct.
chain is for sales specific, okay.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
And in the old material number, you know, right? A material to material transfer, okay. So in chemical
Yeah.
industry, if the material is expired, so they have to create the new material from the old number, okay. If it is converted
Exactly.
from the
Yeah.
old number, if you post 307, so old number visible here, okay. So that kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah. Yeah.
things is there.
True. True.
And self life data, self life is managed, is used to, will be used in the batch management system, I think. MSC
Yes.
one, when we create the batch, right? So that kind of self life will give the control, means when we create the batch against the system, for the
Correct.
article that is managed in the batch,
Yeah.
and if it has self life, so that field will give that provision, okay. How we can create, and the rounding rule means the how the quantity will be reflect in the new document, in the batch document, okay. So that kind of
Correct.
details controlled from here.
Yeah.
So this is kind of overview of the basic data, and basic data to, yeah,
Segmentation
that
also very
that
important one. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, segmentation data is kind of means it is mostly used in the promotional purpose. So if you are selling the seasonal product, okay, that will be valid for 2 to 3 months, okay. So
Mhm.
in that case, you can activate, means when you create the promotional, so at the time you can use the seasonal time, how this article will be there, how many means how much times they will be there in the store for selling purpose, okay. So that is kind of seasonal details you can put here, okay. So that
Okay.
will
So
play a role when
segmentation.
you create.
Okay, segmentation is
Yeah.
one of the chapter that will be covered separately, I think, right, Arnav?
Yeah, in this promotion we will discuss. Okay, but segmentation,
Okay.
I have not seen this kind of scenario. Means in my previous experience, I have also not seen that segmentation part. Okay, but if it is there on the segmentation that needs to be discussed, I'll take a note of it. I'll go through once. If there is anything from the segmentation part, I'll explain you. Okay.
The season here they are using. That is why Christmas season under is coming. Na? By the time they are using that two something, some year something they are using. When the purchase order also can able to see the season. I am not sure what it is actually, but they are using. There's some validity period also there
Yes.
for the season it seems, right? So once the validity is
Yes.
over, we cannot use that. It will
Over
come automatically, but we cannot use that. But I don't know exactly what it is.
explain actually. So when we will discuss
Okay.
about the promotional things, okay, the seasonal goods,
Okay.
how it is getting sold. So at that time we will discuss on this because all of the fields you will not require, but yeah, it is better to know the fields
To some
how this
extent.
has
Yeah.
impact. Okay, some
Hmm.
extent we need to know.
What is there in the below season two? I mean, basic data two down, scroll down, Arnav. Is there anything?
No, it
Ah,
is
okay,
listed.
fine, fine. We'll go to listing. Fine.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay. So it is called now listing. Okay. So there is some listing means how these are getting listed in the system. So in the listing we have seen right some of the field that got updated means when we listed. So without classification. Okay. So if we create the listing through allocation table, so some 03 update get updated. Okay. If the listing is done through promotion, so 04 will be get updated. Okay, so that kind of
Okay.
listing procedure we have control, we can maintain if it is if we have to list in the store level differently, and if we need to do the listing in distribution center differently, then we can do that listing procedure. We can define the listing procedure here. Okay, just for different procedure for that particular product in store and distribution center. No plan selected, so listing is not done, so you will not see here. Okay, in assortment you will not see anything. Okay, no plan selected for listing. And distribution chain means if as this material is already extended to sales area CC02 and M2, so that is why distribution chain. And so these are the not listed. Okay, so if you create the assortment and if you have not assigned to any assortment for that particular product, if you have not listed, so it will show here whatever the distribution chain is already listed and what are the not listed plant, not listed sales area. So this will give you some kind of overview. Suppose you forgot to list one of the sales area. Okay, so if you have forgot to create the assortment, so it will show you that this sales area is not listed. So sometimes you may encounter the issue. You will get a ticket, right? Purchase order is not listed for the plant. Okay. So now what we will do? So you will just try to see if the assortment is active for that material. Now you need to see if the whether that assortment is extended to the sales area. So and if the assortment is listed for that material, then you will see it must be extended to one of the sales organ distribution channel. Okay, so this will help you to solve the issue as well. Okay, because in retail world you will encounter all this assortment issue, listing issue in your system. Okay, sometimes material is got listed but it was not extended to the mercy, means material not extended to the plant level. Okay,
Okay.
so this will give you the provision for checking the data in store level and the distribution center level, also the sales area level. So here you can see. And then we have purchasing more or less same. Okay, so this screen you already familiar, right? So if the source list is maintained, then you can from this screen also I think you can create the source list. If info record is available, if you click on the info record, it will directly go to the info record screen. So this is more similar to our ECC system. Okay.
It's the good view, the clubbing into the sources and info record, everything, because this won't be
Yeah.
available in the ECC6.
So
This is really good.
I have seen some of the enhancement package. It is already it is easy 6.6. Okay, and
Is it? Uh-huh.
if you have some in yeah, so see ECC 6 also is still upgrading, right? So I have seen in my project the info record tab is already there. Okay, so
Is
it
it?
is kind of the
Okay.
version that you are using for your system. You will see all of this now. HANA all this functionality is already available.
Even here also purchasing side also there is a tax code, correct? Even the prices also there in the down. So this is the more on the purchasing side of the price we can maintain according to this
Yeah,
article.
this is just a
So
purchasing view of the material, how the you are now here also you can see. Now if you click on the condition, okay, now it is asking for PV00 or PBXX, okay. So
okay,
this is coming from the purchasing price calculation. In the calculation schema it is activated. So pricing we will discuss later, but you just know. So in the material price we can use the PB00 and PBXX, right? It is the standard
correct, correct,
condition type given by SAP for the material.
correct.
Okay, yeah. So this is kind of purchasing, okay.
Okay,
And the tax code also you can maintain here, okay, from procurement point of view, okay. What will be the
okay,
tax code will be applicable here, okay. From the tax code also you can fetch the tax condition and you can apply your tax in the purchasing product, okay. And here some under delivery and over delivery tolerance, right? You know, right, what is the over delivery tolerance and under delivery tolerance limit we need to
correct.
set, right? So at
Yes,
the
yes.
Yeah,
time of GR, when if the quantities exist, system will not allow, means if it is more than 10% system, if the price variance is there, okay, suppose vendor sends more goods to here, so it will throw an error, then you will cross check and you will create different GR. So all this functionality, the tolerance control will be fetched from here, okay. Now any question? Actually I'm skipping some of the points because I'm not sure about this transportation chain that actually will
okay,
be used in this, but
okay. So
basic
whatever
information
you know
just
that,
get a
that's
overview.
fine.
And the sales view also it is more or less same like. So in sales view there is a provision, okay, so just to see what is the purchasing price, and here also you can see the sales price as well. Now how the sales price, you know, right? VKP5 for sales price calculation, you can mention the markup of, means how much you want to, means what is the sales, what is the purchasing price and what is the price you are going to set for that particular sales product, and how much markup you want for that particular product. If you mean, suppose you are procuring it from the 10%, and if you want to sell it on 1200, so you have to give that markup means you have to give the markup condition, right, for that.
Percentage.
So how we
So
are
this
going
is
to
not
sell that
really
price?
good.
So yeah,
This is not really good only specific to the retail perspective now. Correct?
retail
Fantastic. This
perspective,
one.
yeah. All these view actually you can see on the sales screen, okay. The purchasing price also will be visible, okay, and the sales price will also be visible, because now purchasing info record is one of the main criteria in retail, because see, now retail you will be encountering multiple purchase order is creating every day for thousand material, okay. So now see, now for peer to PO conversion, okay, you know, right, the four characteristics that will be required to convert one peer to PO. So you has to have that info record, you have the you have to maintain the source list, also that vendor check. So sales price and pay, means PIR is one of the thing you have to maintain, and you have to define some supplier as a fixed vendor, and you can do the PIR record. And see, now if it is extended to that supplier, from the fixed vendor, that price is already showing here, okay. So it defined the supplier from here, and you can do that calculation in VKP5, right? So you can create the sales condition price, okay?
Yeah.
In other sales data also you will see some distribution specific some field available for that particular sales area, okay. Some commission
Yeah.
group, volume rebate group, okay. And here see, the generally actually they use different item category group for material. So general item, now it is same for this item, okay. So that is, it will show as the same, but you can use different item category group for particular material in the sales or sales area level, okay.
Yeah.
And here is some of the product attributes, okay. In the sales view, I think in ECC you will see the gross margin and the profit gross margin. There are other six fields is there, forgetting the name. So these product attributes you can activate in your reporting purpose, okay. So you can rename it for your reporting purpose. If you want to specify some additional attributes for that product, you can tick here, okay, and you can use it for your own reporting purpose. And here some of the material permissible material group you can assign, and it is general delivering plant. Okay, delivering plant means suppose if you specify some delivering plant here. Okay, so it means that this delivering plant will be either delivered to your store. Okay, suppose the sales area is defined for the regional office level, DC level. Okay, and you want that DC will supply to that goods to your store or customer. Okay, so in that case you can specify that DC as a delivering plant for that particular material. But if you don't maintain it, then it will work as a universal, means you can create the means you can use this material for other plant or other DC. But if you want to restrict that control, then you can mention the delivering plant over here. Now the most important is the logistic DC. Okay, now
Oh,
all this MRP view. Okay, now all this MRP view, okay, that is there in the ECC, MRP1, MRP2, MRP3. So 4 tabs was there, right, in ECC, but all this given in single screen because see, this is the tab that is going to be maintained by the regional office. Okay, means the warehouse, the head office. Okay, at DC
okay.
level. Okay, now they want to replenish their product in DC level differently, and if they want to replenish their product in store level differently, so you can use different MRP type for it. Okay, MRP profile. I think MRP that functionality. I think, do we need to discuss in the replenishment or?
That's fine, actually. So we'll go for just a high level
Because
overview
now
understanding
MRP
on this.
functionality is, yeah, so MRP functionality is purely same. So all this consumption based planning, you know, right, how the MRP profile is created, and how that how the MRP run is done in MD01, how what are the control parameter we give, and what are the material to be considered. So that MRP related relevance data we can put here.
Okay.
We can
Okay.
we can give the safety stock, we can put the minimum stock, the target stock. Okay, the rounding profile, suppose one PR is converted, means if the sale, if the PR is converting into the PO. Okay, now they can do the rounding in the purchase order level. Okay, suppose there is some fraction number is coming, suppose 1.21, so they will convert it into the 2 item. Okay, so rounding profile is there. Suppose they are ordering they got the order for requisition for 8 item. Okay, so they want to have their in the DC level, they want to have it as a round figure, so you can give the rounding profile. So when the purchase order will be created, it will convert into the, suppose threshold value is set 80, right, 80 and 100. Okay, so if it is 8, then it will convert into the 10. Okay, so some of the rounding functionality is there, so you can assign in the DC level. But if you
Mhm.
want, I cannot store the order which I have not booked, or I have not get the order. Okay, so you can use different rounding profile in the store level. Okay, so in that case, when
So in
store
this,
will book the order, so yeah.
so in this case, now see the logistic
Mhm.
DC and the logistic store. So whatever is going to
Yeah,
do with the one DC level, I mean globally, which
yeah,
apply the settings DC, it will all applicable for the store level or particular store
no,
level they wanted to have. Yeah.
yeah, so particular store level they want to have the control. Now what is happening, now what are the scenario can happen, I'll show you, right. So
We'll put
suppose
one more date also.
DC store supplier. Okay, so store is the actual entity that is communicating with the customer. Okay, so
Mhm. Mhm.
store is collecting from DC. Sometimes store is also getting the product from the supplier. Okay,
Can be possible.
but
Yes.
yes, but mostly what happened, DC collect the goods from store supplier, and DC supply the goods to store as a STO. Okay, now from store
Okay.
point of view, suppose one customer, suppose one customer one, customer two, so two customer came. Okay, so for one of the product, suppose article BBC. Okay, so for one customer they want in the store two quantity, another one it for 6 quantity. Okay, so it is
Okay.
not available in the store. Okay, so what the store will do, they will club it. Okay, so they will raise the purchase order for 8 quantity, and they want it from the store DC. Okay, now purchase order goes to DC. Okay, now DC sees, okay, now they got an order from store that they have to supply the 8 product to store. Okay. Now what DC now DC will also generate the purchase order for the supplier. Okay. Now DC is telling, okay, I am the warehouse. Okay. So whatever the store has ordered, okay, we don't need to bother. I will order 10 quantity from the store. Okay. So if we provide 8 quantity to store, okay. So another 2 quantity will be still be there in our warehouse. Okay. Now DC want the rounding profile, but store don't want the rounding profile. Now if the supplier sends the more goods, then it will be hectic for store, right, to manage their inventory. Now if the
Okay.
approach is like store wants the whatever the order they have got, they want to manage their inventory for that particular product, and they will sell it to customer. But DC can have a different rounding profile. Now you understood the difference, right?
So in this case, whatever you are saying that even the one supplier will be supplying the material both DC and store independently, based on the required setting we
Yeah.
can do in the same article. Am I right?
Yes,
Oh,
that is
yeah,
why
that's what.
SAP gives the
Yeah,
provision to manage their requirement planning in DC level and the store level. Now we
correct, correct.
understood the
Even though
difference, right?
supply,
What will be the impact?
yes,
Yeah,
yeah. Even though supplier is unique, even article is unique, how to control in the both the sides, DC and stores.
DC and store. And some replenishment related the target stock, minimum target stock. Okay, so that entries actually will be required in the replenishment process. Okay, so that replenishment we'll discuss. Actually, I was thought of making some business functionality, but if I want to say set up the system, it is also take a long time, and I didn't get any of the user has created all of these document in the system. So
No,
that is why the
no
problem.
problem.
So
No
specifically
issues.
business scenario, I can, so whatever I have information, I'll try to share it with you. Okay.
No.
Here is the some replenishment related information is there.
Okay.
So there is two concepts. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
vendor managed inventory and the customer managed inventory. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
let me just give you the high level of it. Okay, sometimes suppose wholesaler, okay, they are getting their product in the, now I'm one of the customer, and I will collect from one of the retailer we have near to my location. Okay, now I got a agreement for that retailer. Okay, so every first month, okay, every the first week of the month, I will collect the goods from your system. Okay, now see, now if I am the customer, if store has the agreement, then store has to think, right, how they can supply my goods to the customer. Okay, so if there is any requirement, suppose there if there is sales data for it, now from the sales order level also they can plan, right, every week we are this customer is means for that particular customer the store is supplying the goods. Okay, so for that customer specific replenishment, we can put this information over here. Okay, so here you can for that particular customer, if one customer is collecting goods from that particular store, so to manage the replenishment for that customer, you can input the details over here. Okay, so see here customer can be the store itself, and it can be the normal customer as well. And it is forecast related data. Okay, forecasting also is one of the important things that we'll discuss on the allocation. Today's discussion actually means next week when we have the allocation and replacement, I will cover that topic.
Okay.
So it will yearly 2 days will be required for allocation and the replenishment. Okay,
Okay.
because these are the more critical. So forecasting, you know, right? So forecasting means the means here store forecast that, okay, so last year we have sold this product is 1,000 pieces. Now the forecast will say that now we have to sell for 15,000. Okay, so how
Mhm.
this forecasting will be done? So it will be done to that forecast parameters. Okay,
Okay.
and MRP relevant data, MRP controller. What will be the MRP controller? What will be the delivery cycle? What is the planned delivery time? Suppose if the replenishment order is done, when it is planned for delivery. So at the planned delivery time is one of the parameters that actually used in the calculation of the outbound and inbound delivery time, right?
Okay. Okay.
So all this
That's great.
calculation is done. Suppose, yeah. So suppose planned delivery time is 10, and if from booking from the order, the delivery will happen after 10 days. So this is how they can plan to receive their goods in their premises in the store. Okay, so you can give the planned delivery time over here.
Okay.
And here are some important checkboxes. There are some general. So for a store, if that material is used for auto PO creation, so the four parameter I told, right, for auto PO creation. So the tick must be there in the material level. The tick should be there in the vendor level, and the tick should be there in the info record and the source list. Okay, so four
Oh,
parameter actually allows the PRPO conversion. So that auto PO tick will help there. Okay, the
in
negative,
what
whether
cases
negative stock is allowed.
in what
Sorry.
cases the automatic PO will get generated from the store side, Arnab?
Yeah, so see the auto PO now. Okay, now suppose you book that order. Suppose okay, let's go to that. So here, ecom order and collect. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
what are the things? What are the event will post here? See, now ecom order and collect. What are the things will happen? So customer will book an order. It means it will create the sales order. Okay,
Okay.
now there the retailer has decided whenever I will get the order from the customer, okay, I will collect it from the vendor and I will give it to my customer. Okay,
Okay.
now customer books a book a order. Suppose it is in Bengal location. Okay, but their regional office in their DC in Delhi location. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
whatever the things is there, means they manage some of the products. They may keep in the Bengal location, but some of the products they keep in the warehouse. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
when the sales order is created in the Bangalore location, now they have to collect it from the DC, right, from Delhi location. How the process will be
Okay.
done? So
Uh-huh.
now the purchasing process needs to be triggered through schedule line configuration. You know, right? How the schedule line works and
Yes,
what
yes,
are the
yes.
config. Yeah. So through schedule line, what will happen? Through schedule line, it will create the purchase requisition.
Correct.
Now that purchase requisition is created. Now that purchase requisition needs to be converted into PO, right? So no one is going to SAP system and create all this purchase requisition in ME59 and they will create the purchase order. So in
Correct.
retail
Correct.
world, you
Yeah.
cannot do ME59 in. Okay, so you will be encountering thousands of order in one store. Okay, so all the
Mm-hmm.
PR must be converted into PO. So in
Mm-hmm.
that
Okay.
time, auto PO conversion comes into picture.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
suppose there is clear na
It's like
auto
clear
PO
actually. So whenever they wanted to order directly to the supplier, it's almost like
or the
yeah, yeah. Or the DC, it will happen that automatic purchase order. Correct?
automatic PO. Yes.
Okay, Arnab.
And if you want to allow the negative stock in your system, okay, because retail world, because negative stock also I have faced multiple times. Okay, so
Okay.
sometimes suppose the good movement is happening. Okay, so
Okay.
some stock figure issue is there. Okay, suppose suppose there is valid stock of one quantity. Okay, but somehow customer comes in the store and they want their product. Okay, now
Okay.
okay, suppose there is stock figure of one, some inconsistency, yeah, some stock figure issue is there. Okay, now customer comes in the store and they want the product. Okay, now what store will do? They will try to give the product to customer, because customer
Okay.
satisfaction is the most priority in retail world. Okay, they cannot,
Correct.
means whatever the issue is there in the system, they cannot deny the customer requirement. Okay, the
Correct.
first. Okay, now if they book for two order quantity. Okay, now if the stock figure is one and if customer order comes for two quantity, now if they do the goods issue from the store, if it is goes to negative stock, then the system will throw an error, because the system will not allow to post the 251 goods movement. When the goods issue will be done, it will
Okay.
try to reduce the stock from the existing stock. It will go to the negative stock. So if you allow it from the article level, then system will allow to post the goods movement document in the system, and then you can adjust your stock later on after investigation, all the open orders and all. Then you can fix it.
Mhm.
But negative stock is
Okay.
something that will allow to post the goods issue in the store level. Okay,
Oh,
because
okay. Okay.
sometimes you will get an ticket like this: the Pubon document failed. Okay, you know, right?
Mhm.
Pubon document we discussed. So it generates the billing document and it generates the goods issue document. Okay,
Correct. Okay.
Yeah. So now suppose the negative stock is not allowed. See, P1 document is directly coming from the store system, POS system. Okay.
Which
Now
document you didn't get? Proven. What is the document? No,
WP1 IDOC type that we discussed, right? The here we discussed, right?
correct.
In the store sales, we used to get the P1 document. Yeah,
Okay.
IDAP type, right?
IDOC type. Yes, IDOC type. I told the individual sales document when we come in first day. You remember first day we discussed about the P1 document means how this POS is communicated to ECC.
So when we go for this one, we'll come to understand, right? This IDOC process,
Yeah. So
POS process, we
yeah.
can
So
understand,
negative
right?
negative stock actually means I told the what is the impact of negative stock, why it is important, because negative stock sometimes when you will see that your billing document is not posted in the system, so it will impact on the sales figure, right? Suppose there is an issue with the 10,000 item and which is having now for which we have the stock issue. Now business have already sold it, but their billing is not posted, so it will impact on the sales figure. Like
Can we
now
say
your
the situation like
regional
this?
office will,
Sorry, Arnab.
sorry.
I think so. Can we say the situation like, see, we have a we have a stock. Physically, we have a stock, but system we did into the GRN. Okay, someone go and pick that stock, and some customer go and pick that stock, and he did a billing also with the POS. Now POS
Yes,
the sales is done. The POS the sales is done. But as per our system, since we didn't do that GRN for the physical stock, system will, like, when system will post, it will post with the negative stock only, right? Stock is not there, system is stock is
yes,
not there, but physically stock is there. So customer went and he picked the stock, and he went to the POS system and he did the billing also, so billing happened. So 251 moment done. But when it is when system try to do the 251 moment, it will like,
yes,
it will create a negative stock, since the stock is in the system, stock is not there, physically it was there. Since that's why the customer able to pick and he able to do the billing also. So once they did the
exactly.
when we are doing the GRN, the negative figure will get gone up, and will when we are
Yes,
taking the, yeah,
yeah.
that the stock will be in zero, right? By the time maybe the quantity is one,
But a bit,
the
but
quantity is one,
yeah.
negative stock is one, then it will gone off, right?
See now negative you see, right? Means how this has impact on the processes. Okay.
Yeah,
So
so if we suppose, I think, if you are not activating this negative stock in the in the article master, what will happen? System won't post, right?
system will not
It will try
allow
to
to
pick the
post that
stock.
item.
So it will say that quantity is not something.
No stock
It will
available.
try
No
to,
stock available.
no stock available. Correct. Yes, yes,
In
yes.
retail
But
world, the most important thing is whatever the sales they are doing, okay. Now IT has to manage their stock figure to align their store stock alignment or the DC stock alignment, so that will be part of
mm,
IT task. Okay.
yes,
But business point of view, whatever this, now see, now you cannot hold this coupon IDOC long time in your system. So suppose there is 1 million sales is happening now, due to the stock figure issue, it goes to $50,000. Okay, not 1.5 million. What the office will see in their report, sales report, they will see that we have not sell anything in the store. Then the all this billing creation and the stock issue posting, there will be no issue. So it will means you will encounter multiple issue for that checkbox. So it's a kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
blocker
yeah.
you can minimize through that tick.
Yeah,
Okay.
even I have seen, if the negative stock is not there when the POS sale is done, what will happen is the IDOC won't
Hmm.
get processed. So what they will do is they will come to know
I don't
the
want get
IDOC error will
processed.
say that, yeah, stock is not there. Then what they will do is they will go and check if there is any GRN is pending. They will do that GRN, and then they will reprocess this IDOC.
Can you
Okay,
press
okay.
F1 and see once, Arnav, if this question is done
Yeah.
in this field? Yeah.
So some of the things and storage location is one of the important things. Okay. So in retail world, store is managed in the stock, but some of the storage location has to be there where actually the article or material is physically stored. So storage location must be there. Okay. So that you can do it in automatic storage location determination process, so you can assign the storage location. So sometimes you will get an issue that storage location is not defined at the time of GR,
Okay.
so you need to assign the storage location over here. And there is one other tab called POS. Okay. So POS I'll explain when we'll discuss about the POS process. Okay.
Correct.
So
Because it's the big chapter, right?
Yeah, it will be one decision for so that who wants phones tab IDOC, okay, how the individual cells is happening, who are using the post, so that I will explain. Okay,
Correct. Okay, good.
almost cover any question as of now.
At this
Most
point of time,
means
it's
master
okay
data
now.
point of view, multiple things we have discussed, right? So
Yes.
I think if you have jot down the points. Let's see you create some of the things, then we'll have more question and then we'll discuss.
Any idea about the next to the additional data, which validity area display difference of validity areas? Any idea, Arnav?
Switch validity area is something if you want to see now you want to see for sales or two. Now you want to see the data that is maintained for
Oh, switching,
different sales or
automatically switching into the different. I understand, understand.
switching.
It's got it, got it.
Okay.
That's clear, yeah.
So we have to
Switching
manually
to
go
the
and
different
change
validity
for
area.
the next now.
Yeah, so now suppose there is multiple sales area is defined, okay, and if you want to see the difference, suppose there is different price maintained in one sales area and another price in maintained in different sales area, okay.